This story right here is for anyone that is still out there saying there is no difference whatsoever between Democrats and Republicans. Something that, of course, is a very stupid argument to make. But listen to this. This week, President Biden announced that he was adding an additional $1.7 billion to fight hunger here in the United States, on top of an $8 billion investment that his administration made about 18 months ago. So we now have the Biden administration that has pledged close to $10 billion to fight hunger here in the United States. And here's how bad hunger is. As of 2022, the latest year for which we have statistics, around 17 million households experienced food insecurity nationwide. And more than 44 million people across the U.S. faced hunger, including 1 in 5 children. So we got 20% of kids in this country that do not have enough to eat. And Biden is actually doing something about it. $10 billion. Should it be more? Hell yeah, it should be more. I mean, $10 billion, if they were spending it on war, they would do that in a heartbeat, no problem. So it is kind of crappy, I think, that we're only doing $10 billion to fight hunger, but at least he's doing something. And here's what I say when I said this is about the difference between the two parties. Do you know what's happening in Republican-controlled states across the country right now? They're opting out of a federally funded program to provide free food for children, for needy children, during the summer months when they're not at school and cannot get free breakfast and free lunch. Republican governors, Arkansas, Texas, Alabama, many other red states all across the U.S. South are saying, thanks but no thanks, federal government. We don't want your money to feed hungry kids. We would rather let them starve over the summer. And yes, as I mentioned, that does include the state of Alabama that recently told us that embryos, unimplanted embryos, are in fact children. But then when it comes to real children with real needs and real bellies that are real empty, they say, go to hell, kids. We're not going to let the federal government give us money to feed you, you little bastards. Again, I get that there are some areas where there's not much daylight between the Republicans and the Democrats. A lot of it has to do with foreign policy too, by the way. But you cannot sit there and make blanket statements like there's no difference between Republicans and Democrats. There damn sure is a difference, and we're seeing it right now. This story is Exhibit A. Democrats are trying to feed hungry kids. Republicans want them to starve to death. So you're going to look at a story like this and say, nope, I don't see any difference between Democrats and Republicans. If you want to highlight specific issues where you think there is no difference between the parties, then be my guest. Most of them, you're not even going to get an argument from me. But if you're going to make a blanket statement that on any policy ever, there's no difference between Democrats and Republicans, if you're going to try to argue to me that Democrats aren't doing anything to help needy families, then you're wrong. And you're lying, and you're choosing to ignore what's actually happening in this country. Because the difference is night and day. Democrats want to feed kids. Republicans are telling us they want them to starve. Well, folks, we have crossed that 1 million subscriber milestone, but rest assured, we are just getting started here at Ring of Fire. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and make sure to like, share, and comment on the videos.